Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas. To those guests who've just joined us, welcome. Our next stop is the Magic Kingdom. Ladies and gentlemen, we are approaching our station at the entrance to Main Street, USA, gateway to the 7 theme lands of the Magic Kingdom.
Welcome aboard the Monday Morning Monorail Podcast. This is Justin Monorail, and I have the whole Monorail family with me once again here live in studio. Let's introduce ourselves, shall we? Starting with the one in the Halloween shirt. Maybe a little early for the season,
No
I don't
such
know.
thing.
But who are you?
The Cave of Wonders.
The Cave of Wonders. You do have a giant head.
Thank you. You should see it when her mouth is open. It's my winning feature.
No, but McKenna Monorail is here with us, sitting beside her.
It's Donald Duck. I'm Donald Duck.
It's Donald
oh my gosh,
Duck.
Donald Duck.
I really wish you were wearing pants. You didn't have to get into character that much. Okay. Garrett Monorail's here. And finally, last but not least,
Samantha Monorail.
Samantha Monorail is here. We're all here on this beautiful September 2nd day. Happy Labor Day to everybody. And this is episode number 72 of the Monday Morning Monorail Podcast. Once again, we're bringing you a very special episode today because very recently we experienced our first ever Not So Scary Party. We actually went August 23rd, which was, I think, the third maybe Not So Scary Party of the season. So at this point, mid-August, of course, Disney's in full Halloween swing. All the decorations are up. And we wanted to get in the spirit because we enjoy Halloween
I love it.
as a family.
We love
kind of our thing.
Halloween.
Yes.
But it was an extra special trip to the Not So Scary Party because we didn't go by ourselves. We actually kind of invited ourselves along with one of our monorail cousins. And that was, of course, Cousin Kevin and his lovely fiancée who happened to be in town. And they were attending the Not So Scary Party. And we were like, what a great opportunity to go crash a party. And so we did it. So to talk about our experience, we couldn't do this alone. We didn't party alone. Kevin's here with us once again. So welcome back to the monorail, Kevin.
Hello.
Hey,
It's been
man.
a while.
It has been a while.
It's been forever.
I
Yeah.
feel like I haven't seen you guys in like a week.
Yeah.
That's true.
But in terms of monorail episodes, we haven't had you on in forever. And
Literally.
it might have been maybe the Valentine's episode or something was the last one you did with us.
I think so.
Yeah. So it's
Prior to you being locals now and everything, like,
I know.
jeez.
I know. It's sad. I can't sit next to Kevin and like cuddle up to him like I was the last couple of times we've recorded.
Dang.
Aw,
That's horrible.
that adds so much more meaning to that Valentine's Day
It
episode.
really did. But no, we're not here to talk about the Valentine's episode. We're here to talk about Not So Scary. And Kevin was gracious enough to invite us along to join him. I jokingly said we crashed the party, but he did say, you know, you guys ought to come out. It would be a fun time for all of us. And since we hadn't done one before, what better way to kick off our Not So Scary experience than with Cousin Kevin? So we did do it. And man, oh man, glad we started off with a bang. It was a fun time. You know, we tried to do a lot of research and pre-planning ahead of time. I think the day of, or maybe the day before, I tweeted out the Undercover Tourist blog because they had a really good write-up and tips because I think they went day one this year. And they always have really thorough guides if you all are ever interested in kind of doing some extra research, getting all the details, check them out. But we had to do it for ourselves and you know, even when we do the best research possible and plan things out, we kind of wing it once we get there.
Yeah.
You know, so this time was no different. But Kevin, before you went to the Not So Scary Party, let me ask you this: was this your first Mickey's Not So Scary Party?
Since I was 4.
Okay, so it's been a while.
Yeah.
All right, so it's been about 12 years since Kevin's been at... No, I'm just kidding.
Give or take.
Okay, so going into this one, of course, a lot of things have changed over the years, especially since the last time that you went. So how much research and planning did you do prior to attending the Not So Scary party?
Oh yeah, this was the basis of my trip. This was the reason we came during this part. So I was full-fledgedly diving hardcore into research and planning it and trying to figure out when the best time to get in line for character meets was and what snacks were the best and whatnot. So yeah, I did a good amount of research.
Yeah, because really there's a lot to take in, a lot to take advantage of in these parties, starting with the character meet and greets, special meet and greets that you can't get any other time of the year. And some of those you have to really plan in advance, because if you don't get in line very, very early on, you'll probably either miss them or you'll spend the whole party waiting in line just to meet those characters. But also there's trick-or-treating to be had. That's free, included with your ticket. There's special treats to try at various locations throughout the park. There's shows, there's the parade, there's the fireworks, and there's ride overlays. I mean, there is a lot going on, way more than what we had experienced when we had gone to the after-hours party at Magic Kingdom and the Villains after-hours party, which now that we've done both, we kind of feel like Villains After Hours was definitely kind of a not-so-scary light.
Yeah.
But totally different, because even the timing's different. One of the big complaints I had from the after-hours parties that I didn't feel like they did a good enough job, especially for the first one, making sure that non-party guests got out of the park once the time had come for them to leave, so regular park hours shut down. But that was at 10 o'clock. And then the after hours, you only actually get 3 hours of dedicated party time. This one is different because the party actually starts at 7, and the Magic Kingdom shuts down to non-party guests at 6 o'clock. They start, if you don't have a wristband, at 6 o'clock, they start getting you out of the park. And then you've got the party from 7 to midnight. So it's a different animal. You've got 5 hours of that lower crowd. And in our case, we showed up because it was a work day, so we showed up almost right at 7 o'clock. But Kevin, I know you took advantage of being able to go in the park early, because you can actually, if you've got the Not So Scary ticket, you can get in starting at 4 o'clock, right?
Yes. So we got there right at 4, or a little bit before 4. And they were letting some people in to get their wristbands and whatnot. So I would say we probably got there around 3:50.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Was when we got off the monorail and got inside the gate and everything.
Yeah.
And they immediately directed us towards the back of behind Main Street.
Yeah, the corridor.
I don't know what it's called, but that first trick or treat location where you first come in, and they immediately directed us over there. We got our wristbands, we got our trick or treating, whatever, and then got in line to meet Jack and Sally, because that was the basis of our party. And hanging out with you guys and meeting Jack and Sally was the two things that was okay, as long as we do those things, I'm fine.
Yeah, so you got into the Jack and Sally line right away, and then how long? I mean, they didn't start meeting until 7, right?
They started meeting at, so it was in Town Square Theater, and they had the curving around I don't know what those were called, but where you
the switchbacks.
Thank you. That's where I was going. Switchbacks. They had the switchbacks up, and so we were probably the third switchback. So It wasn't too far back, but it was still pretty good size line.
Yeah.
Right at 4, and I guess it was 4:05, and at 4:30 the line started to move a little bit, and so I guess that was the first or second person that you could first or second people got in line to, or got to go meet him. But then after that, it didn't move again till 5.
Okay.
And then it started to move pretty steadily around 5:15, and we got in there. We got in at 5:35, 5:40, I think.
That's awesome.
That's when we got in.
Yeah, so you knocked it out before the party officially started. Way before that. That's really good. Yeah.
Yeah, it was nice.
That's a good way.
Clutch.
Yeah. I mean, and I think the Jack and Sally meet and greet is the main event in terms of the character meet and greets. That's the one that everybody wants to do. And that's the one that if you don't get in line early, you might spend several hours just waiting to meet them. And that's quality, party time that you're missing out on just waiting to meet Jack and Sally. So, you guys did it the right way. I think we would have liked to do that, but getting there at 7, I'm sure the line was already ridiculous by that point.
Oh yeah, by the time we got to the front, it was like already 4 or 5, 6 switchbacks long,
Yeah.
and I was like, yikes.
Yeah.
No.
I still haven't seen a picture of
That's right.
you
We haven't
guys.
seen that picture yet.
I was just trying to look around on your social media and I didn't see it. So
Well, somebody didn't buy the photo pass.
Oh, no!
And so I have until October 6th to get it. So I'm going to wait until then. But
yeah, you better buy that.
yeah, I definitely am going to get it because we did take some good pictures, especially Justin's picture with our Space Mountain. I mean, even though I have it on my phone that's still great.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, as far as like our Jack and Sally picture, for some reason our magic bands like didn't link up correctly. And so our meet and greet with Jack and Sally is on Sam's account on her photo pass.
Oh.
And it's not on mine.
Just so everybody is clear,
Yeah.
you are engaged to a lady named Sam as well as me, but not engaged to me.
No, correct.
But my
That
name.
wasn't confusing.
It was. Hold on. Let me rephrase this. You're engaged to a lady named Sam. So when you talk about Sam, even though my name is Sam, it's a different Sam.
Are we sure
Yeah, I'll
about
address her as my Sam.
That might work better. It's just, I
yeah.
figure everyone's going to be like, why does Sam have his pictures?
Very confused. Yeah, my Sam, it's on her photo pass. And so I actually got to see it today for the first time because I didn't think about it until today. And it looks good. So we're definitely going to get it. But just got to wait.
that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that the only character meet and greet you all did?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was the only one. We thought about doing Moana, but by the time, we got out of Jack and Sally, I looked and I was hearing from other people that it was like upwards of an hour and a half to 2 hours. And I was like, no, it's okay. I
Yeah.
don't need to meet her that bad.
Yeah. So, yeah, Zach and Kelly, the Say by the Bell meet and greet that we've all been waiting
Oh, I
for.
thought you were going with Zach and Cody.
Zach
That's
and
what I
Cody.
thought he was
That's
going with. I was
Disney
like, yay.
property.
I'm mixing all kinds of metaphors here. But no, Jack and Sally, like we've been mentioning, that's kind of a big one. And like you said, they were in the theater there. Moana was actually in the Enchanted Tiki Room, which is a pretty cool location to do a meet and greet. Some of the other cool ones you could do that I heard people were pretty excited about was you could meet the 7 dwarves, all 7, count them 7, over in Storybook Circus. And some of the characters were in costumes, like you could meet Stitch in an Elvis costume over in Tomorrowland.
I want to do that eventually.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. Goofy was dressed as a pirate. You could meet Pirate Goofy. You could meet Gravediggers over in Liberty Square.
I saw them. They looked like fun.
Yeah, we saw those guys. They did look pretty spooky. In Frontierland, Briar Fox and Briar Rabbit were doing a meet and greet. No?
Kind of creepy.
That's a
out.
no
The
from
country
McKenna.
bears, they're kind of creepy looking.
The country
and
bear-
I don't like it.
They are a little creepy. Captain Jack was out meeting people in Adventureland. You could meet Aladdin with Abu or Princess Jasmine, and I guess she might have been with Genie. I did see Jafar on his own.
Yeah, he was off to the side.
I will say, I think it's too bad that they had Jafar as like a plastic head with those, like it was a mask kind of thing.
What are you talking about? That's Jafar.
No, because in the party show, it was a person and they didn't have a mask on.
It was a face Jafar, right?
But yeah, but why not have...
Oh, it was?
Yeah,
In the show?
in the show.
Oh,
So
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
I think it would have been way cooler if they had a person, or if they had Jafar without his mask on. McKenna would have probably ran right over to get in line because she was going pretty crazy for Jafar.
He put a spell on her. He does, he's got that hypnotizing staff, the snake on there. But yeah, a lot of meet and greet opportunities. They're all over the park. The trick or treat locations are all over the park. Like you mentioned, when you first come in and get your wristband, they kind of filter you around the theater, and you do go backstage down a little corridor kind of behind Main Street. They've got a couple inflatable archways that say Mickey's Not So Scary Party, and there's little M&M guys.
Yeah.
Are weird and kind of out of place.
And there are some photo ops there because they've got
The statues
of the characters in costume. Which
What if you could meet the M&Ms?
they should have had the M&Ms
Yeah.
there.
No.
I don't know why not. But yeah, and that's where, well, pretty much throughout the park, if you don't have a treat bag, they'll give you a treat bag. One pro tip here, the treat bags they give you are pretty small. They fill up very quickly. So go with the Kevin strategy of just carrying a backpack. You just walk up, open your backpack, and they fill it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That came in clutch. By the end of the night, though, that backpack was heavy. I was like, I need to get this off.
Yeah, I mean, you can rack up a lot of candy if you're willing. We did find that some of the treat spots, the lines get pretty long. So you do have to wait. I mean, you're not going to be waiting 30 minutes, but maybe 5 to 10, which that could be some valuable time. You know, you've got to be moving along expeditiously if you're going to knock out all these experiences.
Also, was Laugh Floor like a continuous thing?
It was, yeah. So that's a good point. That was a special treat spot. So over in Tomorrowland, you go into Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor. They actually kind of had a continuous show going on where it was kind of awkward because you go in, you get your treats before you go in the theater, and then you can either walk through in front of the crowd to the other side, and then there's another treat spot, or you can hang out for a while and watch some of the show. But yeah, I think PhilharMagic is like that too. You can there's a treat spot, but it's not a continuous show. They're playing Mickey cartoons.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, it would have been cool if it was like an extended version of PhilharMagic that just keeps going.
Yeah, Donald keeps getting blown through the back of the theater and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Further
that's
and further back.
they keep blowing more holes in the wall with Donald. But yeah, it's that was another special spot that you can get treats. I mean, and the candy, it's all Mars candy. It's, you know, it's pretty chocolate heavy.
Yeah.
I will say they did offer a vegan friendly option where if you went to the treat spots, you could pick up tokens and then go redeem those tokens. I don't know what they gave you if you
It was
redeem
at
the tokens.
where the Muppets show normally is.
Yeah, in Liberty Square.
There's the allergy friendly place that you can go in. So probably stuff for like people with peanut allergies as well.
Yeah.
Because I don't remember what all was given, but
Well, we definitely got like peanut butter Snickers and yeah.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, there's chocolate, peanut butter, all kinds of stuff. McKenna was very sad because there's very little for the chocolate allergy.
Yeah, I don't think they offer a token for people with chocolate allergies either. So
No, but you could have gotten a token if you wanted. I think they would have been fine with that. So we did end up doing several of the treat spots, but we also were like, you know what? We can get candy anytime, any place. So we didn't want to slow down too much for that.
I was happy about the candy.
Of course you were.
Yeah, I came home and looked at the candy, and I was like, "Oh wow, this is actually like pretty good." Like that little yellow bag they gave you.
Yeah.
That one had some steals in it. I was like, "Okay, this is nifty."
Yeah, that was
Found
something.
the allergy-free treats, by the way.
Oh, what were they?
So there's a rice milk chocolate bar, a dark chocolate bar, dark chocolate morsels, dark chocolate sun cups, seed and fruit, so like trail mix, snickerdoodle cookies, double chocolate, crunchy mini double chocolate cookies, caramel chocolate, like the Werther's caramels, Go-Go Squeeze, Skittles, lollipops, gummy bears, jelly beans, gummy worms, Werther's original. And then they did 3 little like craft kits that you could get.
Oh,
maybe I will have to
look
pick up
crafts.
some tokens.
I think you should have. Yeah, maybe you will next time.
Gummies.
Yeah, we did. Did we get any gummies in the treat spots?
We
I don't
got
think
those
we did.
lifesaver.
Oh yeah, this individual
Yeah.
lifesaver gummies. You're right.
But we didn't
Those
get
are
like
good.
assorted
Not like gummy worms
Yeah,
or gummy
a
bears.
little bag of them.
Right.
We just got the individual, a big
And of course,
lifesavers.
that's a very big disappointment for the Gummy Bear King over here. Missing out on
Hey,
gummy
it's
bears.
Gummy Bear Games.
Oh, sorry.
The crown got exploded.
You've been dethroned. I didn't know. Yeah, so we've got the treat options all over the place. But in addition to that, we did mention there are some special ride overlays. Similar to the Villains After Hours event, there were special characters in Pirates of the Caribbean, but there were actually more
Okay,
in
so
this version.
there are special characters in the Pirates of the Caribbean ride, but the first one that we came to, it doesn't work because Barbossa is on the pirate ship and they shooting the cannon, and the guy's trying to like have a conversation with Barbossa. And it's almost like maybe Barbossa's completely ignoring him and having the conversation like he typically would with himself.
Yeah.
I think
It was awkward. It didn't work. The
I
other
think
ones worked.
I think it worked perfect because I think it's supposed to be Barbossa is definitely ignoring him.
At the Villains After Hours event, Barbossa is actually a character that was like a live character further on in the ride. For this one, he wasn't. There were just some other pirates that were actually interacting with each other, actually interacting with the boat, which was pretty good. I enjoy the live actors in Pirates. It's nice. I mean,
Yes.
It's a ride that you've ridden 1,000 times. And, of course, I'm always going to enjoy riding Pirates, but having that little plus of the interacting with the live actors on the ride, I think is pretty neat, personally.
I would agree. It was cool.
Yeah.
It's different.
I didn't say I didn't like it. I just thought the first guy was awkward.
Oh, I know. I didn't take that from it. Now, a couple of the other overlays, they actually added some spooky music and lighting for Mad Tea Party. We didn't do that because I really don't feel like spending the night feeling motion sick. So we didn't do it. It's kind of cool to look at as you go by, but like I usually say about Dumbo, it's cool to look at night and watch it spin around, but I don't really think I want to risk it. They also do the overlay for Space Mountain, which is really just turning the lights out. Similar to what they did for Villains.
They added some rock, though.
Yeah, it's rock music that they play.
In Villains, it was just screaming and laughing.
Yeah.
I like Space Mountain with no lights. I prefer it. I think it's fun.
It's a nice change up.
So we rode it with you guys with the lights out, and then we rode it 2 days later with the lights on.
Mm-hmm.
And my Sam was like completely terrified with the lights on, and I was like, "It's the same exact ride that we rode literally 2 days ago."
It's way
so,
scarier with the lights on. You feel like you're gonna get decapitated.
Yeah,
the whole time.
I mean, to me, it felt longer with the lights out. It felt a lot like longer. I don't know.
Well,
I felt that
I could
too.
see that because it's disorienting. You don't know really where you are in the ride. So you don't know if you're coming towards the end of it or not. I mean, unless there are some like the one audio cue where it's like you get that one again. That's still there.
That's near the end.
Yeah, and you know that's near the end. But the rest of it, I think that's true. It's for me, riding with the lights on is fun, but with the lights out, it's more surprises. You don't get that so much of that decapitation concern. Yeah, I've done it a couple times. I enjoy it.
I feel like you get thrown around more still.
Well, because you can't prepare yourself.
No, and I got to sit in the back for this, so it was awesome.
Yeah. I think it would be neat if they would do a little plussing to the Haunted Mansion for the Not So Scary Party. And so like if don't they have people standing? We didn't go see it while the party was going on, but they've got some people outside, like in the queue.
Yep. I feel like we missed it by like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Because I think we rode Haunted Mansion. That was our last ride, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so we got in that one at like 11:50 or something like that.
Everything was pretty much shut down by that point.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just like the Pirates thing at the beginning of their queue with that guy that was in the cellar.
Yeah.
It's just like that from what I've heard. So it's not like
They
we missed a whole lot.
They should remix Grim Grinning Ghost.
Make it dubstep.
Yeah.
Is that still a thing?
That exists.
It's EDM.
Oh, okay. But I think it'd be cool to add some live actors into the Haunted Mansion. That would be fun. And they could do like a Jungle Cruise overlay or something. A little spooky Jungle Cruise. That would be easy because it's pretty dark at night on that ride.
Fill the cave with more spiders.
Oh, the cave would be a perfect spot to make it scary.
Actual spiders.
Yeah, just put real spiders in there.
Release a bunch of spiders into
Bunch
the
of
dome.
snakes, and it'd be great.
And maybe I don't like monkeys, so if they just put monkeys in the cave,
I
I'd
love
be
monkeys.
terrified.
That'd be awesome.
You got
I
a
love
couple
monkeys.
alligators at Kilimanjaro safaris. You can just bring them over, and hey, you got a real life attraction.
Yeah. Or the elephant actually sprays you with water.
That would be nice.
They just
Especially
place
on
a
our
hose.
Halloween party, that would have been very refreshing.
They just place a hose in the elephant's trunk, and it completely soaks you.
That doesn't sound like fun to me.
I mean,
I don't
some
like
people
water
would think it was
rides.
fun.
Yeah. But I know what does sound good to you. tasty treats.
I do like treats. I was wondering when you were going to get to that.
It's-
You've been blabbing this whole time about other things that, quite frankly, aren't treats.
I know. Well, they're treats for the other senses, but now we can talk about treats for the taste buds.
Yeah.
Welcome to the delicious dish.
By the way,
Stop.
Cosmic Rays is killing it with these burgers.
Oh yeah,
We split up in the beginning, actually.
we did. We split up because we couldn't agree on what tasty treat to try right off the bat. So
Me and Garrett will discuss our tasty
Go.
treats
Okay.
after you do
Oh,
yours.
all
go
right.
ahead.
Well, go
after
ahead.
You.
Talk about the Cosmic Ray burger.
I don't know. It had bacon jam on it.
Bacon.
And brie cheese.
It's like bacon strawberry jam
Yeah.
and brie cheese.
And then was there onion straws?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
we ordered it's the Lotso burger. It has a Lotso stamp on top of it, similar to the Mickey Celebration burger with the Mickey head, but it says it's a Lotso stamp. So you've got to put some strawberry on there. Sounds interesting. We were a little nervous it might be gross, but
Ooh,
I think,
wasn't. I was all about
Well,
it.
I don't know, Kevin. I think after we got ours, like it kind of convinced him maybe he should give it a try. And
Oh yeah.
And-
yeah. When I saw it on the menu and I was like, "Oh, you guys are getting that. So if you're getting it, then we're gonna try it. Might as well. So if you guys don't like it, and we don't like it, then oh well." But luckily, everybody liked it. So-
it was good.
Yeah, it was
and that
awesome.
drink was amazing.
Oh yeah, the berry blaster. We got a berry.
Yes. Like
Yeah.
I was very scared about it, and then I tried it, and I was like, "Oh, I really like this." And
To
I
me-
pretty much drank the entire thing.
That berry blaster tasted like a melted slushy,
Yeah, it does.
but that's not a
how-
criticism. It was good.
That's how a lot of these drinks taste to me, I think.
Yeah,
Because they're so
Off
sweet.
topic.
very sugary.
That's how the Sarlacc the Sarlacc was. It kind of tasted like a melted slushy.
Except it was spicy.
It was a spicy slushy.
Yeah, so that was good. The Lotso burger, I think, was a resounding success. My only criticism was if you didn't have the toppings, like you got a bite and it didn't have any of the toppings at all, it just tasted like kind of a mediocre burger, which is what you would get from Cosmic Rays if you just wanted a regular burger.
Yeah.
Hey, don't be mean.
Hey, I like Cosmic Rays, but I wouldn't get a burger. I'd go Greek salad if I'm going to Cosmic Rays.
I would get a burger.
Yeah. You
That's
want
what I get.
Well, you like that Mickey Celebration burger.
Oh,
But,
yes, it's great.
okay, so that was what we had, but what did you all have for dinner?
So me and Garrett headed over to Pecos Bill because they had the Hades nachos there, and I wanted to try them. Well, I wanted to have them again because we got them at the Villains Party, and they were a little different this time because they were a little spicier, but they were a lot more salty. Yeah, it was kind of like a gross salty almost.
Oh.
Ooh, that's a
Yeah.
bummer.
And Garrett got what'd you get?
I don't remember.
Didn't you get the special dessert?
Yeah,
Yes, I did.
The worms.
The worms.
Dirt and worms.
Garrett got worms.
So you did have gummy worms after all.
I did.
Yeah, isn't it like are they served in something that's like casket shaped or something?
Yes, and it has a hocus pocus thing on the back.
Okay.
It's an edible gravestone kind of thing. I didn't eat it because I wasn't up for that.
It was.
It just didn't. It didn't look like something I wanted to eat. It looked plastic.
It's Billy.
It's Billy.
yeah.
I've never watched. I
From
mean,
Hocus
if I
Pocus.
have watched it, I don't remember it.
You've seen Hocus Pocus.
I know I've watched it, but I don't remember much of it.
We're gonna have to watch it again this year.
Yeah, it's,
Yes.
I love Hocus
Was
Pocus.
it good? Not the movie, the
Oh.
dessert.
Yes, it was very good,
Yeah.
but it was small. But it was good when it,
was-
lasted. I chomped it.
It's pretty tiny. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I ended up getting the first of 3.
I wasn't getting to this yet, but okay.
I'm going to mention
Collectibles.
it because I didn't know that it was there, and I saw it on the sign, and it said it was just a cup, and I was like, oh, that's really cool. So me and Garrett went to sit down, and while we were eating, I was looking at it, and there were these little like hook-on parts to it. I was like, there are
so
more
far
of
you
these.
have not described what you're talking about,
Yeah.
so people don't know what you're talking
It
about.
is. I got Urza. No, not Urza. Ezra. His sippy. He was a sippy cup.
From the Haunted Mansion.
From the
He's one of the
Haunted Mansion,
hitchhiking
yes.
ghosts. And what she's describing is she found out that this is a set of 3 that you can get from different locations in the Magic Kingdom.
And I got all 3 of them.
And she got all 3.
and spent all the money.
I spent my own money. I
On
spent
2.
Yeah, but I didn't know there were 2 more. So I went and bought them with my own money.
So the one is a sipper cup. There's one that's a popcorn bucket that really you just have to put like the bag popcorn down it. And then there's one that's for a donuts.
It's a donut holder, and it came with these really
Those
good
donuts are
donut
really
holes.
good.
Yeah. Whenever you bit into it, it felt like it just melted. It was so good.
So
Very
I
cinnamon.
can tell you what these donuts are. They're cinnamon donuts. And
That's what I said.
they are cinnamon sugar coated donut holes. So
They're really good.
They were amazing.
You all should try it.
They were like
We
deep
did.
fried.
I did try
Not
them.
you.
Delicious.
I'm talking to the
Oh,
awesome viewers, awesome audio
Listeners?
viewers. So
Yeah.
I'm used to talking about YouTube.
and if you're interested in those donuts, those came from the Golden Oak Outpost cinnamon donuts. They also have a caramel pretzel and a frozen apple cider, which sounds so delicious. How
Yeah.
did I miss out on that?
Because we didn't head that way.
I guess. But where did so the sipper came from Pecos Bill, the donut holder came from Golden Oak, and then do you know where the popcorn
It came from the popcorn stand that was right outside of Pecos Bill
Okay.
in front of Splashman.
Okay. Yeah. So you got to do a little bit of a scavenger hunt if you want the full set, but
It's
they do
fun.
light up and
yeah,
they sing.
light up, and the popcorn
Yeah.
holder sings.
That's right.
That's so cool. I was super jealous, like very jealous.
Well, yeah, once she got a bag to carry them in, maybe it was a little more something that you could be like, oh, I'm jealous. Because at first it was just very unwieldy. Once she had all 3 of them, she's just carrying around these
the
inconvenient.
amount of people that came up to you and was like, "Hey, where'd you get that? Where'd you get that? Where'd you get that?" It was like,
Yeah.
it's like, dang, look at you, you celebrity.
Right?
I was famous for a day.
They did get you a lot of attention for sure. Yeah. You know, one of the things we put on the list in terms of treats we wanted to try was the Amok cupcake that you can get from the Main Street Bakery. We actually ended up missing out on it, but I had heard that it is very heavy on the icing. It's very cool looking. So it's a trick-or-treat candy cupcake with peanut butter chips, chocolate candy bits, and toffee filled with caramel sauce, iced with chocolate buttercream and topped with a chocolate cauldron. It is cool to look at, but it also looks like it would be a toothache and nausea-inducing, just too much sugar.
yeah, by the time we made it over there, I feel like we had so many desserts that I was just going to be sick.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to take it home, but it's always really awkward to take stuff like that home because they don't
Oh, yeah.
give you a to-go box or anything.
Yeah, they don't offer boxes for you to carry anything in, so you have to eat it there or risk trying to get it back in one piece just in your hands. You can put it in a bag, I guess, but it's going to get ruined. We also missed out on the pumpkin spice milkshake from Anti-Gravities. So that's another one that I feel like...
You got to see that in person.
yeah.
It's pretty impressive looking.
We missed on it. Mm-hmm. I walked by it and I was like, it was before we caught up to you guys, and we were, I don't know what, we were going to a Merchant of Venus or whatever,
Oh, yeah, Merchant's Venus.
and I don't know. I think my Sam was like hangry,
Oh,
and I was like, "Do you want that?" And she was like, "No, just shut up and let's go over there." I was like, "Okay, sorry." Okay, whatever. Like, whatever.
You'll learn.
Jeez.
Just do what she says.
Yeah, I was like, fine, forget it, whatever, it's fine.
yeah. It did look tasty, and if we end up going back to another party, I think that'll be like probably number 1 on the punch list, I would think.
Yeah, and that Constance cake looks really cool.
I have heard that this Constance wedding cake looks better than it tastes.
That's what I heard too, but gosh, it's so pretty.
Yeah. That comes from the Liberty Square popcorn cart.
So, one of the things that you haven't brought up that I had that was awesome was the candy corn cotton candy.
I was going to get to
Yes. Yes.
It was so
Yes.
good.
If you like candy corn.
It was great.
It was
And it's
awesome.
available during the day on regular days too.
Oh, is it?
On our Magic Kingdom day, we went over there and they were selling it. I was like, yes.
That's awesome.
So-
It's so good.
If you enjoy disgusting things.
No.
Whenever I ate a piece of it, no one ever told me it was candy corn cotton candy. It just tasted like sugar to me.
Yeah.
Wait, was that what I ate?
If you had cotton candy, it was the candy corn cotton candy.
It just tasted like cotton candy.
No, it was not just regular cotton candy.
I didn't taste
And-
candy corn.
Yeah, well,
We demolished that.
I had
That was
candy
like-
corn.
That
I've
was
had
just
candy corn.
us.
Oh my
And
god.
I really don't like candy corn. That just tasted like cotton candy.
well, I tried it, and the other Sam, Kevin Sam, tried it as well. And we are not candy corn fans, and neither one of us were fans of that that cotton candy. So
I think it's awesome. And
it was weird. It
and-
was weird.
No, and like
Do you like oily tasting cotton candy? Then you might like it.
taste oily.
Evidently, because
just
I loved
tasted
it. I was like, yeah, I could eat this all day long.
It just tasted like cotton candy.
I really liked it.
I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of candy corns, but you know those candy pumpkins?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love those.
They taste the
those are
same.
really
That's
gross.
candy corn.
No,
Those
it's just
taste-
different.
Those taste just like candy corn.
Yeah.
It's
I agree
different
with McKenna.
because
they do taste
there's
different.
more of it. So whenever you bite into the middle, it's soft.
The texture is really gross for those things.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
And they're
thing.
way too sweet.
Yucky.
They're different.
Well, we got a couple more treats to talk about. One is the Headless Horseman cheesecake that we got from Sleepy Hollow. I actually really liked this.
Yeah.
I thought this was really good. It's pumpkin mousse layered with chocolate cake, chocolate crunchies, orange glaze, and topped with a Headless Horseman chocolate piece. And you guys got Headless Horseman like little clips,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like that, like a
Straws.
keychain clip. It was
Yes.
clipped onto the straw, but you could put it on anything, which are
Oh,
pretty cool.
how about that?
Yeah,
I love
Don't
the
wash
Headless
them
Horseman.
because-
Yeah, no.
it ruins it.
Mine's sitting in my room. I love the Headless Horseman so much. So
The pumpkin on mine, I think that's the one that broke.
Yes, your pumpkin broke
My
because we
pumpkin
washed
broke.
it. Yeah, but the horse still works. And Kevin, did you guys get something different from the Sleepy Hollow? What did you
Yeah,
get?
they
We got the chocolate waffles.
right.
Oh, that's
Remember?
right. That's right. They're dark. They're like black colored Mickey waffles, chocolate flavored, and it comes with. Is it pumpkin ice cream? Is that what it's served with?
Yes.
Was it? I don't
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah,
Yeah, evidently so.
I didn't
It
try
was
the ice cream.
It was all right. I liked the waffles. The waffles were good.
Yeah.
I
But
want
at
to try
that point,
those.
I was like sugared out already, and I was like, I can't eat any more of this.
Well, then you followed it up with something else because you ended up getting that. You got the Jack Push Pop, didn't you?
Yes,
Yeah.
I did. Yeah, I was saving a special spot for that. Because I saw it last year when it debuted, and I was like, oh, man, I didn't get to try that. So I tried it, and it was very delicious.
Yeah, it looked good. So that Mickey waffle sundae is black chocolate waffles with pumpkin gelato, candy corn, caramel sauce, and sprinkles. And the candy corn in it was pretty good.
Oh, if you like
It
candy
was.
corn. So,
It was good.
out of all the treats we tried, what would you recommend the most? The Hades nachos?
The one that you didn't say
Yeah.
so far.
Oh,
was my
there's one I
favorite.
didn't say?
The Hades Temptation.
Oh, yeah. That's
I
right.
loved that. For some apparent reason, I was like, this is delicious.
so good.
Oh, yeah, we did. So, over at Cool Ship, they had this Hades Temptation
I
drink.
thought it was Hades Hatred.
No, it's Temptation.
Is it calling it something different on the thing you're looking at?
Yep.
Let me see if it says
Temptation.
something different on the guide here.
No, I think you guys were calling it Temptation, and I don't think it was. It was
It's-
either you were calling it something, and it was not named that.
I kept calling it Hades Hatred, but when we got there, it said Hades Temptation.
Well, this says that the Hades Hatred, and by the way, I'm on the Disney website.
Oh.
It's
I guess that
lemonade
trumps
with
everything.
blue Curacao syrup.
Curacao, right?
Whatever. Curacao. Blueberry popping pearls topped with blue cotton candy.
I think
So-
maybe Hades Temptation was the thing from Villains.
Maybe so. But yeah, it's pretty cool looking. You got some more candy or cotton candy on top of it. I tasted it. It tasted good. So that was your favorite item?
That was my favorite. That one or the Jack Skellington Push Pop was
Yeah.
my favorite. And I asked my Sam, and she said her favorite was the Hades Hatred
Nice.
drink that we had.
Awesome. The Hades drink from the Cool
Yes.
Ship in Tomorrowland.
Since I didn't get to try very many of the treats, sadly, mine was also the Hades drink
Yep.
because I really guess I just had a bite of Mom's cotton candy, the nachos. Those donuts were really good.
I was going to
though.
say you had the cinnamon donuts.
I did love those donuts.
Yeah. Hard.
And then-
It's hard to pick.
the drink. So
I'm going to say my favorite treat was the Lotso burger because sometimes I get in a mood where I just really like the savory stuff. This had a little sweetness to it with the strawberry, but I like that brie cheese. It was
I
good.
wish
Plus, I was really hungry when we ate, so.
Yeah.
I wish I had they had those Zerg noodles. Those Zerg noodles were...
They had them again?
No, they didn't.
Oh.
I wish they did.
Oh,
They
yeah.
were amazing.
Yeah.
They named the cupcake the wrong thing, by the way. It should have been called the amok cake.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Like trying to do a mashup of cupcake and amok. They could have.
Oh, I was like, what?
Yeah, it took me a second, but I caught on to what he was trying to lay down there. So lots of treats. I mean, they're everywhere. There's all kinds of options, and definitely there's not enough time in the night to knock it all out. They have the Maleficent cone available if you go over to Storybook Treats. Just there's plenty of stuff. We mentioned the pumpkin spice milkshake, but they also have pumpkin spice soft serve sundae at Anti-Gravity's. Like whatever your little heart desires. Oh, and at Main Street Bakery they do a Halloween cinnamon roll, which I saw, which was gigantic. And oh my gosh, I didn't realize. So this past Monday I just started doing the Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom. I've never played before. But did you know you can get event-exclusive spell cards for Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom at the Not So Scary Party? I did not know that.
I snagged one on our way out.
Well, good for you. I did not get those. Dang it.
So if you guys go back, it's literally right outside the firehouse.
The fire
and
station.
He's just handing them out.
Yeah, crap. Well, I guess we got to go back.
Okay.
It's pretty cool. Hang on, let me show you, Mike.
Oh, he's going to show them to us.
I've got a question.
Okay.
What's this Corella's Halloween hideaway thing?
Yeah, there was a special ticketed event. So the thing about Cruella's Halloween Hideaway is you've already paid to come to the Not So Scary Party. To get into this event, you have to pay an additional price. But it's a new experience, and there's hors d'oeuvres, sweet treats, and a variety of beverages, including beer and wine, and reserved viewing for the Buddha U parade. So that's something if you're willing to pay for it. But yeah, okay. So now Kevin's got his special card. It's got the Fab. Well, that's not the Fab 5. There's no Pluto. They've got Daisy instead of Pluto. So it's the Sensational 6
Excuse
minus
me.
Pluto. And we can't read it, but
I think
Yeah, it
Pluto's on the
says-
top.
The Phantasmal Fireworks Flash.
nice.
And Pluto's not on it. It's
Oh.
It's everybody but
Daisy,
Pluto.
Donald. Minnie's actually in the middle. And
Yep.
it's got Mickey and Goofy on it.
Okay.
And it's 3 energy attack, 2 energy boost, and 1 energy shield.
It's pretty awesome. That's a
Yeah.
good card. Too bad I don't have it.
Next time.
Yeah, I'm gonna snag it next time. But
They do it for the Christmas party too, FYI.
Oh.
I'll have to get one of those too. So, yeah. So the last thing I guess we haven't really talked about, we've talked about the trick-or-treating, we've talked about the overlays, the characters, the treats. I think the last thing that we're going to get to is, and of course there's some magic shots if you like the photo pass kind of stuff. There's extra special ones you can do at the party. But let's talk about the shows. I mean, this year was a premiere of a brand new fireworks show called the Not So Spooky Spectacular. It can be seen in the skies above Cinderella Castle, but to me, the main event was Jack Skellington in the castle forecourt.
Which was amazing.
Jack Skellington
great.
was so cool.
Yeah. So, we've talked before about for Happily Ever After, it may not be the best idea to get, unless you've seen the fireworks before and maybe you want to see the projections, it maybe isn't the best idea to get right in front of the castle and get up as close as you can. This show, it's totally fine to do that for a couple reasons. One, you're going to want to see the projections because that's a huge part of the show and it's really, really good.
It's basically the show.
Yeah, you're going to want to see Jack because that is really cool. That's an awesome part of the show. And the fireworks are the 360 style. They're like everywhere. So they're not really being blocked by the castle. Oh, Jack is making an appearance.
Is that
Oh, is that the sipper?
Zipper?
No, it's the
Oh.
plush.
Oh, you got the plush.
Plush at Disney Springs, and Sam got it for me.
Oh,
Sam
that's,
got it for me.
that's very sweet. That's awesome.
There's a Jack Skellington sipper.
Yeah,
yes.
Why don't I have it?
It wasn't available during our party. I was so mad. I saw it when I came
I think
home.
it comes out in September. Wait,
Yes.
it's September.
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 Yes. Although the Oogie Boogie one was supposed to come out in September.
Yeah, the
And
popcorn.
that one was out.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and you never mentioned that we got a popcorn bucket that is Mickey as a pumpkin.
That's
balloon.
true. The Mickey Balloon Pumpkin. We did get that popcorn
Although
because McKenna already talked about all these,
My amazing
hitchhiking
trio.
ghost things that she
I
bought.
saw balloons. You know how there are balloons with the Mickey balloon inside?
Yeah.
There were ones that had pumpkin Mickey inside.
That
was pretty cool.
I think that's the inspiration for the popcorn bucket. But yeah, Kevin did get the Oogie Boogie popcorn bucket. It is extremely cool. It lights up.
yes, it does. It's 2 different lighting settings. It flashes and then regular lighting, and then it goes off. But
Yep.
it's awesome. It's pretty creepy though. Like, it's on a shelf right now, and it's like facing my bed. And so, like, when I turn my head and I see it, I'm like, whoa.
Ooh, yeah, I can actually see it
Yeah, me
back in
too.
the corner back there.
Oh yeah, you can.
yeah, that
there
is
it is.
creepy.
It's back there. There it is.
There's a lot of things that look really scary when you're laying in bed.
Yes.
If you have clothes on a chair,
Yep, right.
it's terrifying.
So, okay. All right. So those are collectibles. Let's back to the not so scary or not so spooky spectacular. In my opinion, these are my favorite fireworks I've seen in the Magic Kingdom.
yeah.
They're great.
Yeah.
I don't pay attention to the fireworks. I always pay attention to the projection. It was amazing.
Yeah.
It was so much fun.
Yeah, I actually really enjoyed it because I heard people say it. It's like watching a Mickey short.
Yeah.
And I love Mickey shorts.
Yeah. They look good on you.
I know.
But it's,
I was gonna make that joke.
But yeah.
I don't know. I didn't really pay attention to the fireworks either because I was so entranced. I
Yeah.
guess because they did a jack at the beginning and a jack at the end.
Yeah.
And I was just like, whoa.
Yeah.
That was the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
You know what I thought was really neat? Like, Jack is walking back to the castle and he's kind of going backwards, and the lights go dim, but he is still, singing and walking
Yeah.
backwards until everything shuts and you don't see him anymore.
Yeah.
Yep.
They
It's
do a
just
good job.
little added Disney magic.
Well, they do a good job with the reveal because they're doing all the kind of misdirection. Hey, look over here, and then the lights come on, and Jack's like, "Ta-da!" Like right there.
Oh, yeah, they did that both times. I think, whenever Jack was departing,
yeah,
they, it was the This Is Halloween song
Yeah,
going on.
yeah.
And at the end of it, it, flashes, and he's just gone.
yeah. They do a very good job. A little illusion tricks, that to make it a surprise when he shows up, and then kind of let him disappear. But it's really good. Like I loved those fireworks. They're very different from what you get from Happily Ever After. They've changed it a lot from the old fireworks for the not so scary parties, and yeah, it's good. A lot of stuff comes off the castle. A lot of stuff is on the side. It's just really, really cool.
Yeah, it was neat.
Yeah. So, but Kevin, since you didn't get to see much of the fireworks, I guess that means you've got to go to another not so scary party so you can check it out one more time.
Yeah, luckily I brought the GoPro with me, so I recorded all of it. So I've yet to download that video to my phone, but I saw it on the GoPro and it turned out really well.
Oh,
So,
good. Very good.
yes.
We also watched the Hocus Pocus Villain Spectacular.
I loved it. I loved that one so much. I don't remember that movie, but that show was great.
It was very good.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
I don't know why I loved that one so much.
Because it was good.
Really good.
Good music, good entertaining characters. And you get to see a lot of the villains. They come out and make an appearance.
Yeah. I like the Sanderson sisters.
It's a similar kind of
dynamic between the sisters is just hilarious.
Yeah, it is. But they do a similar thing with the Villains After Hours stage show where they bring out, like, it's a parade of, oh, remember this villain? Remember this villain? They do it in this one, but it's done better.
I think so.
Because the villains sing their songs, too.
Yeah.
Oogie Boogie was awesome.
He was cool.
I
Yeah.
really enjoyed Oogie Boogie.
Yeah.
And of course, Maleficent comes out and everyone's mouth drops because she's so cool.
The only thing in this one that kind of brought me out of it for a second is there's a part near the end where all the villains are out there, and the Sanderson sisters start singing a song, and they all, like, everybody starts dancing with each other. And I was like, all right, this is just a little weird to see, like, the evil queen getting down with Dr. Facilier. Like, that was a little odd.
I thought that was great. I thought that made perfect sense. Like, all the villains are getting down to the villain song. But
the evil queen, you know, up until that point, she does this thing where she's like, she has no time for any of this foolishness, and she's like turning her nose up at everybody, and then suddenly she's like, oh yeah, here we go.
It's
she's like twerking
time.
with Dr. Facilier. That was weird.
Yeah.
It was definitely. I agree with McKenna.
Distracted.
I agree with McKenna. That was definitely time for her to party.
Yeah.
They succeeded. Everyone wins.
There was a lady in front of us that, like, I guess she really liked Hocus Pocus, and she was like wanting to be on stage, and I was like, what the heck is this? She was dancing more than the characters on stage, where I was like, oh god.
She was into it, having a good time.
It was great.
But it was fun. So the Hocus Pocus villain show happens at 8:30, 10:45, and midnight. So technically, you could do everything else as part of the Not So Scary Party and wrap your night up with the Hocus Pocus villain show. That would be the least crowded one to attend, would be the 12 a.m. We saw the 10:45 after the fireworks had happened, and it was about maybe a little less crowded than the 8:30, and we had a good spot for it. So
I just have to take a moment.
Yes.
And applaud Mr. Monorail on his great strategy on getting there for the great spot for the fireworks, and then for the parade as well as the show. It was like, boom, we were front and center. I was like, this worked out really great. It did work.
Awesome. It did work out pretty well. So here's basically what we did. We didn't catch the 9:15 parade. We were actually over in Tomorrowland when that was going on, but we had decided, like, we rode Space Mountain, and we were like, all right, when we're done with Space Mountain, as soon as we get off, we need to make a beeline to go get a good spot for the fireworks show. So we get off Space Mountain, we grab the Hades drinks from the cool ship, and then we start booking it over to the hub. Well, as we get there, the 9:15 Boo to You parade is going on, like the tail end of it. So my strategy was, hey guys, look, when this parade goes through, it's going to create a gap in the crowd. And if we take advantage of that gap, we can go get a spot right in front of the castle for the fireworks. So as soon as the parade went by and the banner, like, saying end of parade is, like, going by, your Sam and I basically played the role of, like, lead blocker. And we were like, here we go. And so she would make a way and kind of get us up a little farther, and then she'd get stuck, and I'm like, hey, come this way. And so we'd cut back. We were zigging and zagging, but we made it. We got a perfect spot right in the middle for that 10:15 Not So Spooky. Then we just backed up a little bit, like right to the metal grates in the hub. If you're looking at the castle, we just kind of backed up so that we were out of the road. We watched Hocus Pocus from there, and then we had a front row seat for the 11:15 Boo to You parade.
It was great.
Yeah.
All I saw, we were trying to follow you, and all I kept seeing was hands up in the air. We're right here. We're coming this way. All this. I was like, oh god.
Yeah.
Yep.
I kept looking over the shoulder to make sure we hadn't totally lost you all, and I would see Kevin, and he'd just kind of give me the thumbs up. He's like, we're good. We're coming.
Good. Keep going. You lead the way. We'll catch up.
But it worked out really well. I think even, like, you guys had good viewing spots for everything, right? I'm looking at the kids because they stand a little bit shorter than what I do in a crowd. So sometimes I try to make it a priority.
Than you. What do you mean?
I try to make it a priority so that you all have a spot where you can see everything and you're not being blocked by giant people. So it all worked out really well. But one thing to kind of think about is we ended up being in that spot from, I guess, about 9:45 until after the Boo to You parade had gone by, probably like 11:30. So a couple hours kind of in that spot. It would be a very good idea. Of course, at this point, our bags were full of candy, so we did have snacks. And we had snacks, we had the drinks, but, you know, if you take provisions and your legs aren't super tired, although we did end up, like, sitting down for a little while.
Yeah, on the dirty ground. There was popcorn and all kinds of stuff, but oh well.
I didn't wear my white shorts this time, so I was okay.
I think the Boo to You parade was really cool, and Constance riding on that hoverboard was really neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She glides across the ground.
The Headless Horseman was awesome,
Yeah.
and you have to see him if you're going to see the parade. You have to get there a little earlier.
It's like 10 minutes before the parade.
Yeah, he was really neat.
That was my favorite part, I think, of the parade.
All of the lights turn red, and he goes running on through.
Yeah.
I like when people gave me an intense look in the eye. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, we did get a lot of interaction from the characters.
Yeah, and the Gravediggers had those shovels that created
Like sparking.
sparks on the ground.
Yeah, it was so cool. Constance was awesome.
It was great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
There was one of the pirate flag twirlers that he was just getting
Oh,
into
he
it.
was, yeah.
He
Yeah,
was
he-
like,
he
I
like-
was like, he really likes his job.
He was
Like,
yelling-
He's having a good old time.
He was yelling
Yes.
R and stuff.
This is why we need more guys in color guard.
That's right.
Well,
Building up the skills.
And there was one of the floats, and I'm sure, you know, because the way the guy looked, it was a Haunted Mansion thing in the ghost outfit, and he was all white, and his eyes had those white contact lenses, and he was kind of doing like almost robotic
Oh, no.
moves.
They're the hitchhiking
Yeah.
ghosts. They're supposed to be the hitchhiking ghosts.
They were crazy
And they do, all three of them were doing like robotic movements. They were really
It was
good.
cool.
I always thought those were audio animatronics until I saw it there. And I was
Yeah.
like, that's a real person.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're believable.
Like there was a moment where, like, I just kept staring, and he saw me and like made eye contact for a minute, and I was just like, "You look crazy."
Yeah.
And he didn't react to me or anything, but I was just thinking, "Holy crap, that's just insane." And he did make eye contact for a minute, like, you know, she thinks I look cool. That's neat, kind of thing.
He definitely acknowledged you.
Yeah, because he kept staring at me. I was like, I couldn't help it.
So the question is, do I need to fight this ghost? Is that
No.
what we're saying?
No.
The Pirates float had real Johnny Depp on it.
That was real Johnny Depp.
That was
was
real Johnny Depp.
Actual Johnny Depp.
It looked so much like him.
It did.
It looked like Captain Jack Sparrow right
It did
there.
look like a smaller version of him.
I think he's kind of a smallish dude.
Oh,
Johnny Depp has exaggerated like skull structure, so it's really easy to
Do
appear
that with
to be
makeup.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he was good.
He's a unique looking guy.
Yeah, he is.
It was a very cool parade. It was the first time I got to see it like in person in forever. And so I was like even just listening to the soundtrack before the parade got there, I was like, okay, this is like why we booked this trip.
Yeah.
Like, this is great.
Oh man, and everybody's into it. Like the crowd was singing along with the Boo to You theme, and people were fired up about it.
you know what I really liked? There was this mom, and she like pushed her way up to the front and recorded right in front of us, but she like blocked her kid so she could see everything. I was like, "You're a good mom. A plus plus plus."
Hey. I mean, it was cool. I got all of that on the parade or on the GoPro as well. And so it was kind of like how you guys said, sitting on the front row, it felt like a little bit of like character interaction. And it felt like a lot of people, like a lot of the characters were like making eye contact with the GoPro,
Yeah.
and, like interacting. And I was like, hey, this is good. This is
Yeah.
good quality content. Keep it up.
Playing up to the camera. Yeah, they do. That was great.
Tigger blew me a kiss.
He did.
Aww.
That was sweet. Well, anyway, I think overall this was a rousing success.
My favorite party so far.
Yeah, for sure.
Lots of fun. I enjoyed it. I would love to do it again and get those tokens.
Yeah, try out the allergy.
I'm excited for the Christmas party. I want to see how they do that because they seem to be really upping their party game.
Would you say this was the best party you've been to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the shows made it like even better because the villains party was cool. It was really neat, like having the villains. Actually, the music in the villains party was way better, but I really liked Not So Scary.
She's talking about the area music because as
Oh,
you walk around the
yes.
villains party, they're
I
playing
was
like
about
the
to
rock
say.
and roll kind of evil sounding music.
The finale of Hocus Pocus was pretty great.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about that.
Well, the area music, I definitely prefer all that guitar.
Yeah.
Two things that would have made it better. Having that DJ.
Yes, agreed.
Pass the time.
They need to pull that over from the villains after
they need to just have them somewhere. Just, it makes time go by. And put those Zerg noodles in. I want them. I want to know how to make them. I want them. And I want to eat them every single day.
Great. They would get old. You would not like them anymore.
No. There's no way.
All right. Kevin, what do you think?
Yeah, it was a lot better than the Christmas party. Like, a ton better. Definitely the best party I've ever been to. So, like, A+++++.
Awesome. Yeah, I would agree. And I hear a lot of times people trying to sell these parties as, hey, low crowds, that means low wait times on the rides. But really, you get a lot more out of it if you shouldn't go for the rides. There's too much other stuff to do and take advantage of. Yes, if you want to like go ahead and take a ride on Space Mountain, like to do the blackout, experience, fine. It's only about 20 minutes. It doesn't take that long to get on, so that's cool. But don't try to like go through and ride like we did at the after hours party. No reason to get on Small World like that. Don't waste your time. Enjoy the treats, enjoy the shows. Definitely make a point, but go in with a game plan because 5 hours goes by very, very fast. And if you're interested in like the special, merchandise or any of that stuff, you definitely just have to plan around it.
I will say that was my one complaint was the merchandise. Because before you guys got there, we had tried to go to the Emporium to catch some of the merchandise, and it sucked, like, to say the least. Like, there was maybe one little shelf full of stuff, and none of that stuff was like, oh, I really need that. It was just like, ugh.
I think the only thing that was tempting for me out of the merchandise was the magic band was really cool.
The purple one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, like, I like the Halloween stuff more than I do the not-so-scary party stuff. Spirit Jersey is really neat. They have some really cool Halloween shirts. Garrett and I saw some at Epcot that are really cool. So
yeah, I will say the Villains party had really good merchandise.
Yeah, it did.
I think
those designs.
I agree. I like the Villains After Hours merchandise better than the not-so-scary merchandise.
They did a lot with Hades' hair.
Yeah.
He was the main dude. He ran the show.
It was cool, though, because they made him look really cool.
All right. So I think to a person, we would recommend this party. So if you've never done the not-so-scary party, it's a good year to do it. The fireworks are amazing. Lots of great treats. Stay for the shows. And make sure that you don't overdo it on those treats because then you're just going to end up nauseous. And
I overdid it on the treats and I was still happy.
Yeah. And bring a giant backpack.
Bring a giant backpack.
Put all your candy in.
2 backpacks.
2 giant backpacks.
Kevin, thanks so much for joining us to do the Not So Scary review. And, thanks for inviting us to meet up with you guys. I think we probably would have held off maybe until middle of September or later. And I'm glad we went ahead and did it because actually, I mean, we didn't purchase the season pass, but that is an option now for those people who think they might go to the Not So Scary party multiple times. You can get a season pass and actually attend every single party if you wanted to, all the way through to I think November 1st is the last one.
How much is the pass?
$300.
Oh, it's only 3.
Only.
I mean, that's still a lot, but I was about to say like $600.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
they're really pricey. So
yeah, we almost bought it for our trip because we would have had 3 parties during the duration of our trip, and I was like, I want to go to every single one. Like, yeah. But we didn't. We only went to that one. But yeah, thanks for coming out and thanks for having me. I really enjoyed it, and it was great to see you guys per usual. So it was thanks for tagging along.
Absolutely. Yeah.
We had a blast.
No, thank you.
All right. We're going to wrap this one up for tonight. Kevin, tell people where they can find you and what kind of stuff you're into these days.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at @00_Kevin, O being OH. Yeah, I into trying to survive without any Marvel movies till like February. So it kind of sucks, but it's whatever.
Now that Game of Thrones is over, you don't know what to do with yourself.
Literally, I'm just like trying to hold out till Disney Plus and The Mandalorian. Come on, man. You can make it that long. It's a couple more months.
Are you still doing some Geek Vibe Nation stuff, though? Or
no.
stop doing that?
Yeah, because I mean, Game of Thrones is done, and that's pretty much all that I did.
Oh, okay.
That. So
All right.
that's done, and I'm on the Mouse Knows Best every Sunday afternoon, or Sunday, I guess, at TMKB Podcast on Twitter.
There you go.
But yeah, just hanging out. Right now it's baseball postseason time, so kicking that up and watching the good old Vols take a loss to Georgia State.
Can we not bring that? It truly is a scary time of year. I don't even want to mention it. Yeah. No, but
college football's back, baby.
Go follow Kevin on Twitter if you want to see all the updates for the Yankees throughout the playoffs.
28 or bust.
Well, thanks again, Kevin, and thank you all for listening. This has been the Monday Morning Monorail Podcast. You can interact with us throughout the week at Morning Monorail on Twitter. We are Monday Morning Monorail on Facebook, on YouTube, on the Instagram. Our email is mondaymorningmonorail@gmail.com, and we have a voicemail, 407-917-2144. We'll be back again next week. Try to get back on the regular format. We've been away from that for a while. We got to get Landon back on the monorail at some point. He's not gone. He hasn't retired from the show. He's just been, well, really, he's spending all his time in the parks right now, and we couldn't tack him down. But he'll return, and probably next week we'll have a little conversation about Guys Weekend at Galaxy's Edge. Boom! We did it. It was amazing, and I don't know, we set a really high bar. I know there's this Rise of Resistance ladies trip coming up, but there's no way it's going to top what happened
just
for
wait.
opening day Galaxy's Edge.
No, just wait.
You may even, if you follow the Touring Plans Twitter, you saw my bald head on the tweets they were doing because we might have been hanging out with the Touring Plans crew. What? Yeah, that's right. So
That's pretty cool.
Well, just wait, because we have fun with each other without having to throw in other names into the mix.
I didn't name drop. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying, too.
Friendly competition. It's all good.
Yes.
Hold on. Let me adjust myself in my seat. Now I'm on my knees, so I can beg you guys to follow me. Please. Please.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
It was good.
I really want... I need followers, because then I'll draw you profile pictures. Anyone who follows me, you get a free profile picture.
That's
Hey,
nice.
that's
That's
nice.
a good deal, Garrett.
Yes, please.
Wow, you're gonna have a lot of drawings to do, I hope.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Hey, what if I already follow you?
I'm not going to draw you on.
Oh.
Unfollow him.
You get
Cold and to the
no,
point.
you get a family discount, and the discount is just removing the picture.
Perfect.
All right. Well, go follow Garrett. Did you say what it is? At
Gummy Bear King 2. I need
Okay.
to change it. Would
Well,
it be
for
okay
now.
if I change it?
No. At Gummy Bear
Alright.
King 2. Don't follow McKenna. She doesn't
Don't
do
find
Twitter.
me. Don't look for me.
I'm not. We aren't allowed to tell you her handle.
I don't even know it. So I
She
can't
has
tell you.
one. That's all I'm
Don't
allowed
find
to say.
me.
All right.
I'm doing my own thing.
Yeah.
I'm out for revenge.
I am still at work. So
Sad.
I
But
wonder
we'll-
if that's a Twitter handle.
But we'll all be back here again next week. Until then, have a magical week. Bye-bye.
Later.
Bonjour.
bye.
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for riding with us today. We hope you enjoyed the journey, and we look forward to seeing you again next week. Until then, we want to hear from you. Send us questions, comments, and suggestions on Twitter at Morning Monorail. Our email address is mondaymorningmonorail@gmail.com. You can also call our voicemail at 407-917-2144. As we approach the station, gather your belongings and please watch your step as you exit.
See y'all real soon.